Rent Due,
Mm-hmm.
Toya TurnUp.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how this song came about.
Well, I've been doing stand-up as my character Toya TurnUp it'll be 2 years, April 5th, 2019. It'll be 2 years that I've been doing stand-up as my character Toya. And we tour a lot. So I found myself, and I'm from Florida. I represent West Palm Beach and Miami. I grew up in West Palm and I lived my adult life in Miami. So I would always come out to like Miami artists, mainly Trina. I would come out to like a Trina song every single time. And it got to the point where like, I was like, I want to make a song and come out to my own song. I want to walk out to my own song, because I like to freestyle for fun. And I was like, I should just make a song. So literally, like, someone sent us a beat and I rapped to it and I made a song and I recorded it in the studio. And I didn't think that like it was gonna be big or anything. I really just wanted to walk out to it. But now it got to the point where like my character Toya has her own life. I keep it completely separate. But now it's like Toya is not only doing stand-up, she's doing music now. So now it just kind of opened up another avenue for my character's life, which is really cool. And it's like getting really good reviews so far.
Now, when it came to the actual dynamics of the song, this is something you write? This is something you get help with?
And I wrote the song. I wrote the whole song because it was really based on a video I did years ago where Toya was pretty much saying, if he's not trying to pay your rent, but he's trying to do everything else, he wants to take you out to eat. It's like rent due. He wants to take you to dinner. Rent due. What are you doing tomorrow? Rent due. It was like a video where I said rent due like throughout the whole video. So people just started saying rent due like all the time, or like they would like just comment under my videos even after I posted that saying rent due, or they'd see me and they'd be like rent due, and it was like a thing. So I'm like, I would have to make a song called Rent Due because that's like Toya's thing. Every time they see, if I'm like, I have a show tomorrow in DC as Toya. Every show I have as Toya, people always, 100% of the time, say Rent Due when they see me. So now it just gives them more of a reason to say it because I made a song called Rent Due.
Now, you get this beat. Were you requesting for a beat for this song?
My manager's really good friends with, one of her friends manages a really dope producer in Miami who sent us beats. And I just picked the one that I wanted. But he actually wrote like a hook on all of them. Mm. But when I heard the song, he sent me the instrumental and then he sent me like you could go this route. But then when I heard it, and knowing that I wanted it to be Rent Due, like I knew that the song was gonna be called Rent Due because it just made sense. And I listened to it, I just slowly just started to like rap to it, and then like little by little I was using like the voice recording app on my phone and like playing the song from like my iPad, and then, doing it that way until I got the whole song done. And then I was like letting people hear like the little extremely like rough draft. Like, this is what I have. And then I booked a studio session, recorded it. And luckily, a lot of my friends do music, so they were able to like put me in a dope studio and, recommend like really cool engineers and people who mix and master like the stuff I don't know about, And then like once they did that, they were able to bring like another element to it that made it sound even better, than how it was just when I recorded it. Like, I didn't even know like mixing and mastering, like they could add all kind of cool effects and all of that stuff. So after that, it turned into something like bigger than what I thought.
Was this your first song you ever recorded in a studio?
No.
Okay.
No, because I do characters. So I have three main characters. There's Toya TurnUp, that's the most popular because she has an Instagram. Everyone else I have to turn into because they're male characters. So one of them, Reggie, he's like my mechanic character. I have to like get facial hair put on. I have to wear a wig. I have to wear like fake little raggedy teeth. And then Termite is my rapper character where I have to get my hair braided back. I have to put contacts in. I have to get like 5 o'clock shadow put on or whatever. Since he's a rapper, I have music videos with him. So I had to record songs for that particular character.
I see. So this is not your first rodeo.
It's not my first rodeo, but on this scale, it is because those songs, I mean, they got mixed and mastered, but like not by people who mix and master for like Rick Ross. This is like, you know, oh yeah, my friend, yeah, he's an engineer, yeah, he can mix, he can master. It's a different kind of quality. Granted, I mean, like the songs still were good, but once you hear like when someone really does it, can do it, it makes a difference. So yes and no.
Who's the name of the producer for this song in particular?
His name is Alex Dynamite. Oh my gosh. Alex Dynamix, I think. Dynamix, yeah.
Now,
I called him Dynamite. Oh my gosh, just kidding. That's true. But he's hot though, so if it was Dynamite, it makes sense too.
Now, okay, when you come across this beat, do you write the hook first? The verse comes to you first? I know Rentu was the popular phrase, but
yeah. Honestly,
just
like
the orchestration of this song, do you remember? Do you recall?
that particular song, I actually wrote the hook first, but I didn't know it was gonna be the hook. That's just what I wrote first. And then like, once I started writing, you know, my Hot 16, or whatever you call it in between, my first verse, I realized that the first half of it sounded good if I did it again after the verse. So that's when I realized that it was a hook. Because when I write, my hooks are long. So this hook is really long. It's not like, you know, you hear a song and it's like, I don't know, who's your favorite artist? Who do you like?
Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti. Okay, it goes down in the DM, it go down. It goes down in the DM. It's not that. It's like run a check up, you better catch up. It's like a whole, the verse is long. I mean, the chorus is long. So I didn't know that it was even gonna be a hook when I wrote it, you know.
From start to finish, how long did this song take to complete?
Like, okay, so from when I got the beat to when I started, honestly, quick. Once I got the beat, he sent like 4 beats. And I listened to all of them, and I tried to write to the other ones. But like, there was one particular beat that just kind of stood out to me that made sense because I wanted something that people could dance to. So once I heard that, I started writing to it immediately. The longest part was really just getting in the studio, just having to get in the studio. But from when I got the beat to when I wrote it, it was quick. Like a week? Maybe. It wasn't long at all. And then we just had to like book the studio session, which, you know, took a little longer to do because obviously it's expensive. You got to shop around, you know, you have to, you know, we're trying to use our relationships. Like, hey, like, can I use your studio for this? Hey, can I shout you out? What, you know, just trying to see who we know who has a studio that can help us. So that took longer.
This is a solo song you're on, but was there ever a thought on adding a feature to it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, when I did it, I didn't think so. But then, like, now people listening to it, and they're like, oh, man, it'd be cool if this person was on it. Oh, the city girl should be on it. You know, stuff like that, because it is, like, a real, like, has a, like, Miami feel to it. And then the video was shot in Miami, like, in Overtown, which is, like, the hood. So, yeah, people were saying they threw out City Girls, Trina, you know, just other, like, Miami artists.
Now, after the song is done, it's completed, how soon before you release it publicly?
We had to plan for it because I wanted to release the song with the video. So that's another thing, you know, videos, gosh, those take forever, you know, and it wasn't like, yeah, we're gonna shoot the video next week, everybody come together, let's do the video. It's like, you have to plan for it, you have to get a treatment made. I had to pick who I wanted to shoot it. I had to, you know, approve the treatment. I had to, you know, plan the days because like, it had to make sense. I wanted to do it in Miami. There was no doubt in my mind that it wasn't gonna be in Miami. So we had to plan a Miami trip. I live in LA, you know, but then also I need to get a stylist. I need all these things. I have to also work with everybody's schedule. So it took some planning. We were in Miami for like 5 days. We shot it for 1, but you know, yeah, it took some time.
Who actually did you use to direct the video?
Okay, so in Miami, there's a really popular director named Gil Greene. He does like everybody's stuff in Miami, like from Rick Ross, Flo Rida, everybody. So on set, I met him, I was doing like, I think I was like an extra in like a Rick Ross music video. I was probably 10 years old. Just kidding. I was young. I was probably like 18, 19. I was probably like 19 years old. And I did a video for him. And then his first AD was just like, he was just really cool. And his wife was the makeup artist. And so I kind of met them that way, where they were like, every video Gil Greene did, like they were always there. It was like a package deal. So I built a relationship with the makeup artist, who I'm friends with till this day. Her husband was the first AD, and then he started doing his own directing, and I started following his work, and I really liked his style. So I always said, like, I want you guys to do whatever video I do, whatever. I didn't even know it was gonna be Toya. It could have been like my rapper character Termite. I just wanted them to do it. And then so when it came about, I spoke to her name is Kima. I was like, listen, I want Young, the director's name is Young. I'm like, I want Young to do my video. She's like, girl, yeah, talk to him. She's like, we'll definitely do it. And then like when I was in Miami for an event, it was an event that I was hosting for Crohn's disease. And I went and I saw them the next day, and I'm like, hey, this is the song. How do you feel about, are you inspired? Because, I never want anyone to do anything for money. I always want someone to do something that will help push them forward as well. And if they don't like the song, if they don't believe in it, like, don't take the job, But when he heard it, he was like, yo, I want to do it, And then, yeah, he sent me a treatment in like a week.
So when you released the song, you released the video simultaneously?
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I'm new to music. So there's just so many like bits and pieces that you need to drop a song. Like, golly, you have to sign up for TuneCore. You have to do this. You have to monetize. You have to, you know what I mean? It's all these different things. And then the song has to get approved. And then you have to it's just a lot. So I didn't know that it was going to take that long. So when we sent out for the song to get approved, they gave us like a rough time frame where like I wanted to drop the song on the 1st, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a chance that it's not going to be done by that time, because I have like this ill space of idle time where I don't know if I'm going to be able to drop a song. So it ended up getting approved. And the video was done, because I was like, I need it before the 1st. So like, they worked timelessly to make sure the video was done before that. So when I dropped it on the 1st, I had it. So, the song just ended up going live. We were like, oh my gosh, the song's live. And we're like, we gotta drop the video. So like we ended up dropping the video. The song went live like February 29th. I mean, that's not a real date. February 28th. You're like, what is that? The song went live February 28th, and we're like, oh my gosh, we gotta drop it tomorrow. So literally, we had to scramble and like talk to everybody, because there's moving parts to the ship, right? There's the person who's running my YouTube, who the video was there, but just kind of parked, only not for long. And then just how we're gonna put the song out there, how, like
the rollout.
The rollout, yeah. You see, look, I don't know. So we had to do all that stuff, but it ended up working out. We're like, tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we gotta start talking about it now. We gotta start promoting it now. It was a shit show, but it ended up being like probably one of the coolest experiences, because it was my first one. Because all the other songs I wrote for my other character were just like comedic music videos that went along to it. It was nothing that I've ever been on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud. What? That's like, what? So that process was very tedious, but once it got completed, it was really cool to say that my song, the fact that I can be like, rent due on all streaming platforms, just sounds really good, and it's cool.
Now, speaking of characters, is your character Termite jealous of your character Toya because she's got her own song now?
Well, Termite and Toya used to have a thing for each other back in the day, but they don't even speak anymore. So I'm probably, yeah, most likely, because Termite had to take a back seat due to Toya's success. That's gotta hurt, especially like when Toya's making money and Termite's just kind of like in the weeds.
Now, okay, hindsight 2020. We went over the dynamics of how the song was created and,
yes,
and released and put out. But hindsight 2020, I know sometimes people they put out something, they feel good about it at that moment, they put it out, but sometimes there's a little bit of remorse. I wish I could have changed this. I wish I could have added that. I wish I could have fixed this. Was there any remorse now that the song is already out, now that the music video is out? Is there anything you feel like, I should have done this, I should have done that, or no?
I'm happy with it. I just wish that I would have done an edited version to it. Well, now we had to do it backwards. So we had to send them the song as it is so they can go back and clean it up and take all the curse words out. But now it's just kind of like blank instead of me changing blank into another word that could mean the same thing, just not, cursing. So that's the only thing. I was like, dang, man, I wish I did that. But I don't know that because this is my first time. I don't know to do that. I don't know to be like, oh, wait, hey, we should probably. I don't know. I'm so excited to record. I'm just in there doing whatever. Like, I'm just trying to get it done. I didn't know that's how it worked. So that's the only thing. And then maybe in the music video, I feel like I should have wrote another verse. There's only 2 verses. I feel like I should have gave them 3. Because I feel like after the song's over, like as it's ending, a part of me wants the 3rd verse, but I don't have one. But it is what it is, Toya. Since I opened up that lane of Toya doing music, I'm going to continue to do music because people like it and they're like, what's the next song? And it's just like, hold on, because I didn't know I was going to be doing this. I just wanted a song to walk out to on stage. Now you guys want an EP. So that's another thing. I have to start planning for that.
Now, when it comes to the performance of the song, you've actually performed it on stage?
I performed the song one time, and that was the day I released it. Because the day I released it, I just so happened to have a show in Atlanta. That's why Atlanta is so special to me. I dropped the show. I had 2 sold-out shows. I dropped the song. I performed the song at the end of my second show because we were running over time for the first one. And I always feel so bad because people come out and show so much love at the first show, but like they always go over time, so I never get to do a meet and greet. So the second show gets like everything. So that's what happened. I ended up performing my set, which was like probably did like an hour, 45 to an hour. And then right after that, I don't know how I performed that song at the end of my set because I was dog ass tired because we did the first show. Mind you, I do stand up when I do my own shows. I do stand up as myself, change, and come out as my character. So I'm on stage as myself, giving you guys 30 minutes, running backstage. The person in between us is doing 20 minutes. I have 20 minutes to change, pee, blow my nose, take a sip of water, whatever I need to do has to happen within that time frame because I have to go right back out on stage and be Toya and do it for an hour. And then perform after that? Like back to back? I don't know how I did it. And then we did a meet and greet after that, took 2 hours long. We didn't get out of there till 3 a.m., 2:30, 3 a.m. It was an eventful night. And I don't know how I managed to perform at the end of that show, but I did. And it wasn't like I'm tired. I'm like twerking. I'm in the crowd. I'm like, moving around. I'm making it like fun. People recording me. It's a moment. And then afterwards, I gave a speech. I got a standing ovation. What? Now that I'm revisiting this whole thing, it just sounds even crazier talking about it. That's how it happened.
What venue was this?
Uptown Comedy Corner. I love them. They show me so much love. They treat me so good every time I'm there.
And how was it? I mean, you mentioned the word fun. How was it performing that song for the first time?
I gotta give my credit to like real rappers because like it takes a lot. And I'm physical. So like when I'm on stage, my comedy is very physical. I move around a lot. So of course, when I'm rapping, I'm all over the place. So I realize that it takes a lot of breath work. You really have to really know how to use your diaphragm and you really have to know how to breathe to perform. And I know it sounds like, oh, you gotta breathe every day. We breathing right now. You don't even know we breathing. But it's like, you really have to know how to breathe to perform. And I realized on stage, I didn't know how to breathe. So I was like, wow, people who go on tour, like the On the Run tour, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they did that every day for how long? Months. it takes a lot more than I thought. Mind you, I didn't know it was gonna be this big. I was like, I want to walk out to it. Now it's like, you're performing, you're doing radio about it, you have a music video. I didn't know.
There's a challenge with this too, yeah?
Yeah, the rent due challenge.
Is that something people start on their own? Is that something you start as a marketing tactic? How does that actually work?
I think it goes both ways. I feel like some challenges other people started, but this particular challenge, I started this one. Yeah. To get people to,
And how has the challenge been so far?
It's been good. It's been good so far. I did one as myself on my Jazzy page, which people didn't really take to that well because it's like they don't see me associated to the song. So when I did it as Toya, I did it in a completely different way. Then people started flooding me with sending me their challenges and things like that. So yeah, it had a different effect.
Now I am curious, I know when I asked you, how'd the song come about, you mentioned in the beginning that, you would come out to other people's music.
Yeah.
When you're introduced on stage and you wanted to come out to your own song.
Yeah.
There has been a comedian that has had their own song that's done very well.
Lil Duval?
Lil Duval.
Yes, totally inspired by him.
Okay, that was my question.
Oh, 1,000%. When I saw him do that, I was like, damn, that's really cool, And then he just went gold, which is amazing. Someone told me he was making crazy money to perform it at a bar mitzvah. I'm like, these little kids want to hear that song at their bar mitzvah? Like, this is, it was crazy. So I was like, wow, he's doing all that. He's a comedian, and he was taken serious because it was a good song, and it really did make you smile. I even came out on stage to that song before, So I don't want to say it gave me permission because I was going to do it anyway, but when I saw that, it gave me hope that my song would be big like that.
Now, he's not the only comedian to do music. There are several other people that do comedy and music.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Like he's one of the ones who can do everything. He can sing, he can act, he can, I don't know if he can dance. But he has characters. He does Jamie Foxx does everything. So I know when you say that, he's the first person that comes to mind who I feel like really did it because had multiple albums type of did it. Who I feel like he might have been a musician first type of did it, but I don't know.
Now there are some others. I wanted to offer some of these names and see if you had opinion on their music.
Okay.
Just curious. DC Young Fly.
Oh, love him. He's probably one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He's so captivating. If I were to describe him in one word, I would say he's captivating because when you talk to him, you're just locked in. He has an amazing story. He's very humble, and he doesn't make himself so boxed in to where like you can't access him. Like he's still like, I don't think he knows how big he is. Like he's still just being himself. Like for example, he had a comedy show in LA that I went to, and I needed someone to come get me from the front. So I'm thinking he's gonna send his assistant or somebody. Like mind you, all these people, there's a line around the corner for people to go see him. And he comes outside like, yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, come on in. I'm thinking like, you're letting them see you? Like, I don't let nobody see me at my shows. I'm like, I have to make my grand entrance, But he just walked right out and was like, what's up, Jazz? Yeah, come on. Like nothing. I'm just like, you're big. You don't have to do that. You could have sent somebody to come get me. I wouldn't have felt no type of way. But he's somebody whose music is great. He's another one of those people who can do everything. His personality. Like, if one thing didn't work out, he has other things that he can do that will, He can act. He's an amazing host. He's funny as hell. He's charming. He can sing, he can dance, and he can rap. And he's a comedian. Come on. Like, he can do anything.
Another name, Childish Gambino.
Love him. Come on. Listen, I had no idea, because I could listen to somebody's music and have no idea what they look like. I did not know that he was the same person on Atlanta. Because, he's not going to call himself Childish Gambino on Atlanta. So when I put the two and two together, and I know I'm late, and then a lot of people go, how did you know that? I didn't know. So I'm like, wait a minute. This is the person who sings Redbone? I was like, get out of here. But yeah, I think he's a force to be reckoned with. I love his whole movement. I love what he stands for. I think he's smart. I think that the way he goes about things is brilliant, and he can also act, and he's a writer too. Like, those type of people are the ones that I'm inspired most by, because I'm like, you write too, and you act, and you sing, and you do all these things. You know, it's just really cool.
2 more names, okay?
I hope I know them.
Craig Robinson.
Who?
Don't know him.
No.
Okay. You know what? I'd have to show you a picture. If I show you a picture, you'd be like, oh, I've seen him in a bunch of movies.
I'm a face person.
Okay, I'll have to get you a picture of him. So we'll skip Craig Robinson for now.
Sorry, Craig.
Okay, we'll skip Craig. All right, last one. This is kind of like a throwback name. Eddie Murphy.
Come on. That's like one of my idols. My girl likes to party all the time, party. Come on, everybody knows that. But Eddie Murphy, he's another one. He's brilliant. He has his own island. He has an island called Eddie Murphy's Island. I don't know where it is, but it's called Eddie Murphy's Island, which is like, that's the type of success that I want. And he was just somebody who, you know, luckily he was out at a time where people weren't so sensitive. He was able to just be as raw as he wanted to be, and he was accepted for it. And he did exactly what he wanted to do, but he was so creative, and he just brought just something different to everything that he did. Where it's like, whatever role you see him in, you're like, I respect this person. Nutty Professor was probably the scene at the dinner table when he played all those characters. That scene was probably when I was most inspired to do characters. You know?
Clumps.
Yeah, and not inspired to want to act, but I always did characters because that's how I like to play. Like, that was my idea of a good time. Let's pretend to be other people. That's what I like to do. So when I saw that, and when I found out that he played all those characters, I was just like, till this day, I could watch that scene and it'll still be funny. It's timeless, and he's one of the best to ever do it.